Hiya! Welcome to Darren in the Studio. Thanks for swinging by for another video. It's great that you can join us, of course. Don't forget, if you like what you see in this video, do like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, all that kind of stuff, and you'll not miss any new videos. Also wanted to thank everybody for their comments, views, all that kind of stuff, their likes. The subscriptions at the moment are around 430. That's great. And we obviously want to welcome all the brand new members to the channel. So it's that time of the month again. It's the end of July, so that means a quick roundup of everything, not only that I've been buying, but I've acquired, because I've acquired some stuff this month and not even had to pay for it, been given some stuff. How about that? Free things, which is always great. So let's get to it. There's quite a lot. Last month I had quite a lot of new stuff because I haven't been able to get to the charity shops and the second-hand record shops and whatnot. But this month I've been able to pop by to said shops and been able to acquire some really good bargains. So let's get on with it. Everything's in alphabetical order, all manner of things we got. First thing I'm going to show you, I paid £3 for this in a charity shop, but I was glad to pay it. This is Revolver from the Beatles. This is an original stereo issue of the CD. I'm not sure when the CDs were first issued. It's only got the 1966 on it, but it's a beautiful original stereo version of the Beatles, Revolver. I've actually got the reissue that recently came out of this album, the stereo remix by, is it James Martin? Remixed it, which I prefer over this. I think this sounds a little bit raw, a little bit rough at the edges. So the Beatles 1966 original CD version of it. Next up, paid £1 for this. Got this on vinyl, but it was great to have it on CD, and I'm a bit of a fan of The Beautiful South. This is the Welcome to the Beautiful South. I think this was the first album. A lot of great tracks on here. Paid £1 for this in a charity shop. Got a lot of big records on here. You Keep It All In's one of my favourites on this particular album, but it's a great album. Do like The Beautiful South. Quite a dark sort of dark writing from Paul Heaton. Also another Beautiful South album that I picked up on CD, and I've already got this on CD, but I couldn't leave it because it was 50p, and it's got the original warning sticker on the front. It says, warning, track 1 contains some possibly offensive blue language, and it's the album Blue is the Colour, 1996, I think. Yeah, 1996 on the Gold Discs label. Like I said, I already got this, but this is such a beautiful copy. Really nice condition. £1. Couldn't leave it in the shop. Next up, Blur's Great Escape. This is about 96 as well, I think, around about that time, 1995. My eyes are going. Great Escape. Got a little crack here on the case, but I'm going to keep this case because it's got the original hype sticker on it. Again, beautiful condition. Guess how much I paid for this? 25p. Next up, found this in a second-hand, like a collectibles place that has some records in the corner, had a few singles, and this was one of them. How about this? This is David Bowie's 1972 double A side, I think, of the Genie on one side and Ziggy Stardust on the other side, in the nice original RCA sleeve. Really nice condition. Bit of David Bowie. I think I paid £1 for that. And it's got all the people here, which I've only just noticed on the back there. You can see a lot of the artists also on RCA Records. Yeah, David Bowie. Next up, Alice Cooper. I've got this single about 5 times now, and every time I see it I have to buy it. This is Alice Cooper's 1972 single Elected. Of course, it came out on the Billion Dollar Babies album, which was 1973, but the single itself came out the back end of 1972, backed up with Looney Tune from School's Out, so in a nice original Warner Brothers sleeve. Another Alice Cooper item that I bought, which came today. Bought it about a week ago and it came today. This is a nice little, I think this is it's either a Bulgarian or I can't remember now. But it's got a nice little sticker on it saying, not for sale in the EEC. This is for North Africa, Arabia and West Asia. This is Alice Cooper's A Fistful of Alice, which is a live album with a nice little studio track, Is Anyone Home, at the end, which is a great little record. Never ever seen this on cassette and never ever seen it on vinyl. Obviously got the CD. This was Alice's only album that was released for EMI Records, and this is on the EMI label. Nice bit of Alice Cooper on cassette. Next up, Steve Earle. My last video was about Steve Earle, my 10 favourite Steve Earle albums. This is a Steve Earle CD single from 1988. This could be the very single that I was listening to on the radio. If you watch my my Steve Earle top 10 videos, you'll know what I'm on about. This is Copperhead Road. Nice little tin sleeve, 4-track EP. Got a live track on here which I haven't got, which is rather nice. Really nice condition. Got this on eBay pretty much for a song. Steve Earle, CD single, Copperhead Road, in a nice copper tin. Next up, got this in a charity shop for £1. Had this on a CDR, but it doesn't play very well, so I've chucked that out, and I was grateful rather, to find this, David Essex Greatest Hits. This album came out in 2008, I think that says, or 2006, one of the two. It's on the Sony label. 20 tracks, yeah, 20 tracks. All the hits on here, all the greats on here. Really, really great album. David Essex Greatest Hits. Really nice condition. £1. Next up, Fleetwood Mac. Picked this up again in a charity shop. Paid £1 for this. This is the best of Fleetwood Mac. Of course, it's the early Fleetwood Mac. Some of the classics are on here. Again, really nice condition. Through the Columbia label. Best of Fleetwood Mac. Got a few Fleetwood Mac sort of best ofs and stuff like that, but I haven't got this one. And thankfully, it's got some songs on it which I don't have. You know, usually when you pick up best ofs, they tend to have the same sort of songs on them, but this one is different. It's got some different things on it. Okay, moving on swiftly. This is brand new. This is new and old. This is one of the very few new things I've been buying. This is brand new from Steve Forbert. This is Steve's 1988 album, Streets of This Town. This is my favourite Steve Forbert album anyway, but they've just reissued it. Had got the original tapes from Geffen, got back in the studio and sort of remixed it, took a lot of the overproduction off and really stripped it back. Really great album. You ever get a chance, check this album out. Steve Forbert, Streets of This Town. This is on the Blue Rose label, courtesy of Geffen Records. This is brand new out. First came out in 1988, just come out for 2023, the revisited version of Steve Forbert's Streets of This Town. Like I say, one of the few new things that I've been buying. Another single that I picked up for next to nothing. Love this record. Peter Gabriel's Games Without Frontiers. War Without Tears. Love that record. Nice to have it on a nice little 7-inch. Next up, you will have seen in a few videos back, I think it was probably sort of March roundup, something like that. I was talking about this gentleman. This is Merle Haggard. This is his album, which is called Serving 190% Proof. Merle Haggard from 1979. This album. This is on the MCA label. Really nice condition. Really nice album. I did say on my previous video when I talked about Merle Haggard, I did say if I find any more of his stuff, I'll definitely be buying it. Merle Haggard, Serving 190% Proof on vinyl. Next up, another of those singles that I picked up. This is from Jeff Wayne's War of the Worlds. This features Justin Hayward of the Moody Blues, of course. This is the single version of Forever Autumn. A nice little original CBS sleeve as well. On the other side, it's The Fighting Machine, taken from War of the Worlds. I've got War of the Worlds on CD somewhere. Brilliant album. Love this song though. Justin Hayward, Forever Autumn. Next up, another one that I got from a charity shop for £1. Heart, Greatest Hits. Although this album only really features sort of like 1985 onwards, when they had sort of like the hair rock hits from like What About Love onwards. But all the greats from that area, that period onwards, are on here, of course. What About Love? If Looks Could Kill, Alone. Who Will You Run To? There's a Girl. All I Want to Do Is Make Love to You. And then some really good stuff from the later sort of period as well. Heart, Greatest Hits. The only thing I would say about this is the artwork's garbage. It really is. There's not really any pictures of the band or anything like that. But it's a good album. I do like a bit of Heart. Heart, Greatest Hits. Picked it up for £1. This came out in 2000. Next up, here's an album, another album that I had on CDR that my brother recorded for me. And I managed to pick it up at a second-hand shop. Another £1, Hootie and the Blowfish. This is Cracked Rear View. All the good songs are on here. Let Her Cry's on here. When I Want to Be With You. Hold My Hand, which was their big hit. Hootie and the Blowfish, Cracked Rear View. Next up, picked this up again at in a charity shop, and I think I paid £2 for this one. This is Billy Joel's River of Dreams. This comes from 1993. The thing I really like about this is this hype sticker at the bottom. I don't know if you can pause the video and read it, but it says, includes the hit singles River of Dreams and All About Soul, also available on mini disc. Obviously through Sony Records. Sony were big about their mini discs. Billy Joel, River of Dreams, great album. Next up, this, I've left the price on this for a reason, because I couldn't believe how much I paid for such a great record. This was 99p, let's call it £1. Greatest Hits from Elton John, with the original hype sticker, double disc. The booklet is like brand new. The case is like brand new. The hype sticker has started to fade a little bit. 17 tracks on disc 1, 17 on disc 2. Great album. What can possibly go wrong with the best of Elton John for £1? Great album. Really great buy. Next up, here's something which we're going to do a video separately about because it's too big to talk about in one video. We literally would be here all day. So I'm going to quickly show you this, but within a week or so I'm going to do another video specially about it. This is the 5 CD box set from Kiss that came out in 2001. This is the guitar case version of it. There you go. You can see that. It's got the original track listing that would have been on the back, the catalogue, nice little parchment note from Kiss, and of course the hardback book, along with, of course, the 5 discs inside. Nice plush inner case. But like I said, we're going to be doing a special video about this, so I'll quickly just gloss over that quickly. But I must say a massive thank you to my friend James Piling. I think that's how I'm pronouncing his name. I see it on my notes there. It's either Piling or Pilling. Now James is the guitarist with a couple of bands, Tattoo Molly and also the Gasoline Supremes. So I want to say a big thank you to James, because he sold me this. This was his, of course, and he sold me this at a great price, and I was really, really happy to get it. And he said he was so happy that it was going to a genuine Kiss fan and someone that would look after it. So we'll do a special video about this. And James, thank you very much. I owe you one, buddy. Next up, I bought this for Marina, my partner Marina, because she likes The Mission. This is the Mission's album Children on CD. This is the original CD issue of it. This would be what, 1988? Or is it 98? It's 88. The Mission, Children. Nice little CD. Like I said, I bought that for Marina. Got given this album, along with some other albums that we'll get to, from a colleague of mine at work, who said, I might have some things for you. Been going through some of my old stuff. Roy Orbison, the best of Roy Orbison. This is definitely 80s, early 80s. I would have thought that this came out. It doesn't say on the back of the album there, and whether it says it on the disc, I don't know whether it does or not. I don't think it does. I'd have to look on Discogs. But this has the original HMV sticker on it. I wanted £2.75 for it. The best of Roy Orbison. The other day, my brother came to work, met me for me dinner, and he said, I've got something for you. I've got some singles. He was in the charity shop as well. I didn't know Sean did charity shop stuff, but he picked these out for me because he knows I like a little bit of Elvis. A couple of, 3 Elvis original 45s. This is a nice one. This is from 1960. Are You Lonesome Tonight? Original 7-inch single with the original RCA sleeve. Next one he gave me was this one. This is Something Blue with Kiss Me Quick. I've got a feeling it's Kiss Me Quick is the main single. Original RCA single. This is not the original cover. This will be like a 70s cover. And last one he gave me was this is You're the Devil in Disguise, oh yes you are. Another RCA single, and he paid 50p each for these singles. This comes with Please Don't Drag That String Around. Some gifts there. Another single here that I picked up the same time I picked up the Peter Gabriel one. This is an original Queen from 1976. The original Somebody to Love on 45. Comes with White Man. And this has even got the original Woolworths 29p sticker on it. Queen, 1976, Somebody to Love. You know, if I go into a shop and I see Jim Reeves records, I can't leave them. Period. That's it. I admit it. Even if I've got them, and I've got all 3 of these, but I picked them up because they were going for 25p each. This is Jim's Tall Tales and Short Tempers album, 1960, I think this one. No, 1961 this album came out. Got a couple of versions of this. I think this is a German press on the RCA black. I think it's on the black. Yeah, on the black RCA label. I haven't cleaned these. I shall clean these and swap out the inners. Second one I bought at the same time. I got this one because it's got the living stereo top on it, which is quite different. This is going to be a 70s repress because it's on the RCA orange label. This is about 63, something like that. No, I'm wrong again. 1961. Jim Reeves, Talking to Your Heart. Well, he basically just talks on it. And last one that I got for 25p, Jim Reeves On Stage. I shall go through all these and sort of compare them to the ones I've already got, and if there's variations, I shall keep them. Jim Reeves On Stage, of course, this was released after he died, but only 4 years after he died. 1968 this came out. Talking to Jim Reeves, I bought this online. Now this cost me £10, and this is a 10 CD box set featuring 15 original albums plus 42 extra bonus tracks. Jim Reeves, Milestones of a Country Legend. All the albums featured on it are listed there. I haven't played this yet. What I really like about this is it gives you the original years that the albums came out, which is quite rare when it comes to Jim Reeves. It tends to get a little bit confused because a lot of his stuff was reissued, and when they reissued it in the 70s, they put new dates on everything, so it was difficult to verify what came out where. Milestones of a Country Legend, 10 CDs for a tenner. Can't go wrong. Next up, here's an album that I resisted buying. I remember this coming out, but I didn't buy it because I had everything that was on it. This is IRS Records' Best of REM. I paid £1 for this, and to prove it, there's the pound sticker on the back. Like I said, I knew this was out, but I resisted buying it back in the 90s. I think this would be 1991. Because I had all the stuff on it. Found it in the charity shop for £1. In beautiful condition, as new. And now it's in the collection. Next up, this was brand new. Bought this at the supermarket. The Ultimate Collection of Paul Simon. What can you say? What a great collection this is. Got some great songs on here. You Can Call Me Al, Graceland, Mrs. Robinson. It's got some Simon and Garfunkel stuff on it as well. Diamonds on the Soles of Her Shoes. Me and Julio, Down the Schoolyard. One of my favourite songs on here, though, is... where is it? 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover is on here. Paul Simon, The Ultimate Collection. Brand new. It was a £5. Next up, I was talking about the Kiss box set that I've just shown you. I acquired that from a friend of mine, James, who is the guitarist with Tattoo Molly and the Gasoline Supreme, so check them out. This is their latest CD. They're working on a studio album at the moment. This is Bootleg Volume 1, the Budget album, live at Billesley Rock Club, which is a great little venue. Lots and lots of great little songs on there, all original material. Looking forward to playing that. Tattoo Molly. Got this at the gig that we went to last week with Tattoo Molly, and James gave me that for free, along with the Kiss box set. The box set wasn't free. Another of those singles that I picked up at the second-hand shop. This one's cleaning up a little bit. It's got some... got a bit of sort of mold on it and stuff like that, but you very rarely see T-Rex singles in such great condition. This is Solid Gold Easy Action with Born to Boogie. Again, possibly a double A side. T-Rex, look at the beautiful condition of that with the original sleeve. £1. Picked this up in a charity shop. This cost me £1. And this is another one that I've wanted for a while. This is the Best of Tina Turner, Simply the Best. Great little album. Of course, we lost Tina very, very recently. I think it's a little sort of, oh no, it's her arm. Thought it was broken at the bottom. Best of Tina Turner, absolutely mint condition. for £1. Some great tracks on here, really, really great. Rest in peace, Tina. Next up, last but not least, for those of you who've seen my video, which is called 10 albums that you might not associate me with, you'll know this album. But this is a different version of it. This is the Jungle Book, Walt Disney's Jungle Book. I've now got 4 versions of this album. We might have to do a special on it. But this is, I found this in a charity shop. They wanted £1 for it. And the beautiful thing about this is the book version. And you get nice little, I can't show you properly. I must apologise, by the way, if you can hear the traffic in the background. That's because it's a boiling day here at the studios. And I thought I'd open the window and get some fresh air coming through. But how beautiful is this, look? Tells you the story in picture form. And of course it's got the vinyl album, which slips. Oh, I can't get it out now. Which just fits just inside there. Really nice. On the Disneyland Storyteller label. Plays really nicely. A few scuffs on it. The only thing with this album, it was obviously owned by a child back in the day, as were mine, but I've continued to own them. The child in question scribbled all over the front, which is a real shame because I can't get it off because it's not a laminated cover. And if I try to sort of rub it off, it'll just take the rest of the printing off with it. So I'm going to have to live with it. If I ever find a nicer cover, I shall pick it up. Walt Disney's Jungle Book, 1960 something or other. 1964, I think. But what a beautiful presentation. 1967. Walt Disney's Jungle Book. Thanks for swinging round. This has been quite a long video. I do apologise, but I've been buying lots and lots of things. So, the only thing to say is, if you like what you've seen, don't forget, do like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, all that kind of stuff. And thanks for swinging by, and take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we'll be with you with another video, hopefully the Kiss box set video, very, very soon. Ta-da.